Okay, good morning. Today we are going to discuss the topic structures in C. So under the structures in C, these are the topics, subtopics we are going to discuss: defining a structure, accessing structure members, nested structures, pointer and structure, array of structure, arrays within structure, and certain example programs. So before start structure, we know the array. Array means arrays allows to define types of variables that hold several data items of the same kind. That is, array is nothing but a collection of similar data items. Let us assume if you want to collect the student detail of your class. In the details, we are going to collect name and phone number of your classmates. If you are using array to collect the name of all the students, we have to use the one array, that is character array, that named as name of them. If you want to collect all the students' phone number, we have to the data type integer, array integer. But we can't collect the individual student's name and phone number at the same time. We can collect name of all the students, we can collect phone number of all the students, but we can't collect individual students' name and phone number at the same time, as a record. So this is the problem if you are go for the array. To overcome this problem, we go for this structure. So here you can see this in the blue color arrow. Using array, we can collect all the name of the students. Using array, we can collect all the phone number of the students. But we can collect name of the one particular students and its phone number So if we go for the array, it's the problem. To overcome this problem, we can go for the structure. That means using structure, that is in the red mark arrow here. Using the structure, we can collect individual students' name and phone number at the same time. That is, name is the character data type and phone number is the integer data type. So it means structure is nothing but a collection of dissimilar data items. Here is the definition. Structure is a user-defined data type that allows to combine data items of different kinds. It means structure will allow to collect dissimilar data items. So how to define a structure? So to define a structure, we have to use the keyword struct. So it is the keyword, we have to use it to define or declare a structure. So here it is the format for creating a structure. So here the struct is the keyword and the tag name, it is the identifier of the structure. Identifier is for the structure, and it includes certain data members, that is some different data items. For example, in the previous example, we discussed name of the students and phone number of the students. For collecting name of the students, character name. For collecting the phone number, that is integer. So these two data members within a single composite. At the last, we have to use the semicolon. So here the structure we have to struct is the keyword, we have to use for declaring a structure, and tag name is the identifier, user defined identifier. At last we have to use the semicolon. Then how to declare the structure variable? To declare a structure variable, we can go for the two ways. One is within the structure declaration, okay, where we are declaring the structure, there itself we can create a structure variables, or like a normal basic data types, normal cases. So first we go for the within the structure declaration. Here you see structure is the keyword, then here point, this is the that identifier, tag name, structure tag name identifier for the user. Inside the curly braces we used two data members, both that x and y, that both having same data types, that is integer, that is x and y. This is not the case, we can use different data items also, even structure also, that will be discussed in that future. At last, after closing the curly braces, we are using P1. So it is the structure variable where we can declare here itself. After this structure variable, we have to use the semicolon. Then it as like a normal data types declaration, we can go for that. Here in this example, struct point, inside of the curly braces we have the two variables, x and y, that both are having same data types. That here we are not using that structure variable. Instead of that, we are creating that structure variable in the main program, main function, that is int main. Inside of that we are creating that structure, we are declaring that structure variable P1. Here the data type of the P1 is struct point. The data type of the P1 is struct point. Now, as like a similarly, if you want to declare any variable that is a integer data type, int a, here a is the variable, normal variable, the data type is integer. Similarly, here P1 is that structure variable and the data type is the struct point. This is the normal case. Next, how to initialize the structure members. In general, if you want to initialize any normal variable, we can give int a equal to 10, int a b equal to 20. Likewise, we can give. Likewise, how can we initialize the structure members? So listen, here the structure members cannot be initialized within declaration. That means we can't initialize that data members while we are declaring that structure. Okay, because here you can see the struct point int x equal to 0 into y equal to 0. Here it will shows error. It will, if you are compiling, it will shows error because that structure will not allocate any memory during declaration. It will allocate only when the variables are created. Here, when a data type is declared, no memory is allocated for it. The memory is allocated only when the variables are created. So here you can see that the structure members can initialize using curly braces. Okay, so in this example, the struct point, we have here two data member, one is x and y, and the data type is integer. Okay, so after the curly braces, we closed curly braces, we have to use the semicolon. Here this is the part of structure declaration. Okay, so inside of the main program, I declare the structure variable, that is P1. So it is that structure variable and its data type is struct point. So here itself, here we can initialize the structure variable. So P1 equal to, using curly braces, we are using 0, initializing 0, 1. So here the x value is taken as 0 and y value is taken as 1. So here only it is possible for initializing the value. Here we can't do it because during structure declaration the memory will not allocate. During structure variable declaration the memory will be allocating. So one more point, if you are initializing a lesser value compared to number of data members, the remaining value will be assigned to 0 or null values. So how the memory allocation take place? Listen here. In this example, struct books. So here struct is the keyword, book is the tag name identifier. Inside that we have 4 data members. It consists 4 data members. One is title, author, name, then page, number of pages, then price. The title is the character data type, then author is that array of character data type, author is that array of character type, then page is the integer, then price is the float. Here we are closing the curly braces with a semicolon. Here we are declare the structure inside the main function. Here the struct books C. So here the C is that what structure variable. Here I am declaring structure variable, that name is C, and the data type is struct books. Okay. So here how much of memory it will allocate for the variable C. Here we have 4 data members. So we know that default the character will take 1 byte, while integer will take 2 byte, while float will take 4 byte. So here array of characters, so 20 into 1 plus for author it will take 15 into 1 plus integer it will take 2 bytes, then for float it will take 4 bytes. So totally it will take 41 bytes. This is the 41 bytes for a single structure variable. If we are declaring more number of structure variable, each variable we will allocate that much of bytes. Then how to access a structure elements? So structure, let's assume the structure is a composite element. Composite element, it consists more number of elements inside of that. So here in this example, listen, the struct point, it consists 2 variables. One is x and 2 data members. One is x and y. These 2's are all kept inside the point. Assume like kept inside the point variables. So to access this x value, to access this y value, we can go through these point variables. We can't directly access x and y. We can go through that point variable, that is point. So here struct point, that here we are declaring a structure. The struct is the keyword, that point is the tag. Inside that we have the 2 data members, one is x and y, that both are having the same data type, that is integer. After that we are closing the curly braces with the semicolon. Then inside that main function, here we are declaring a structure variable, that is p1. The data type is struct point. Data type is struct point. And also we initialized 0, 1 using curly braces. So here x value is taken as 0, then y value is taken as 1. To access this x value and y value, we can't directly use x equal to y equal to this much value. We have, because it is the composite element inside of that structure. So using this structure variable, we can access x and y value. For that we go for the dot operator. So p1 dot x. So p1 is the structure variable. Inside of the structure variable, it consists x and y. For accessing x value, p1 dot x equal to 20. Likewise, if you want to access y value, we have to use p1 dot y. So here p1 dot x value equal to 20. We are assigning x value is equal to 20. Already x value is 0. So that now that x value is changed as a 20. Here it will print p1 dot x. So it will print 20. Then p1 dot y. So it will print 1. Next, nested structure, that is structure within a structure. So till now we discussed certain examples. We are declaring certain structure. Inside it consists of more number of basic data types. Suppose if you want a structure, it also include that data types of another structure. That is, if you want to import if you want to import another structure inside of your structure, so that we say it as a structure within structure or a nested structure. So let's see this in this example. A structure can be declared within another structure. That is, in this example, listen, the struct date. So inside of that, here struct is the keyword, date is the tag. So inside that we are declaring 3 data members. One is day, month and year. All are having same data types, that is integer. So here we are close the curly braces with the semicolon. So this is one of the structure. Then we are creating one more structure, that is, the name of the structure is student. Struct student. Inside that we are having 2 data members. One is name of the student. For that array of character, that is name, the character data type, here it is 20. Then we are importing date structure here, that is struct structure date dob. So here this dob is the structure variable of data type date. Structure variable of data type date. Here actually struct. So after that we are closing the curly braces. So the structure student contains another structure, that is date as its one of its members. So here structure is the student. It has one of the data member, that is also one of the structure. Then how to initialize the nested structure? The following program illustrate the how to initialize the nested structure. So here it's a main function. Inside that struct student s1. So in the previous slide we declared 2 structure. One is date and student. In this student inside we have date as one of the data member. So here we can create that is a structure variable for the student. Struct student s1 equal to that Raja. So here this is Raja for the name of that student. Then it consists date as a one structure. Inside of the date we have 3 data members, that is a day, month and a year. For that we are giving as a composite variable, that is 14, 8, 85. So now the name of the students is taken as Raja. Then date of that student, that day is 14, then month is 8, then year is 85. To how to access that data members? Using dot operator. Actually here this is not Raja, here it is s1 dot name, because it is the structure variable. So here s1 dot name, so it will print Raja. Then date of birth. So for the date of birth we have s1 is the structure variable of the student. So it consists dob is the structure variable of the date. So we have to use 2 dot operators, s1 dot dob dot day. So here s1 is the structure variable of student, dob is the structure variable of date, which is inside of the student structure. Then for a DOB, it consists three data members. One is day, month, year. So we have to use the two dot operators to access nested structures. So how much of memory allocated for this one? Here, so 20, that is name, then 2 is for date, that is day, then this 2 is for month, this 2 is for year. These 3 are integer data type, so 2, here it is a character, array of character, that size is 20. Next, we go for the next topic, that is pointers to structure. We know that pointer is nothing but it's a variable which holds the address of the another variable. So address of the another variable. So pointers to structure means, so structure we are using a pointer to hold the address of the structure. Okay, to address of the structure. Using pointer we can access that structure data members also. So in this example here, struct books star ptr, that is asterisk ptr. So here struct is the keyword, book is the structure, book is the tag name of the structure. Then here I am creating a pointer variable, that is structure pointer variable, that is ptr. Okay, so for creating pointer variable we have to use the asterisk, that is star variable. Okay, so here this pointer is used to store the address of a structure variable. I am going to use this pointer is for storing the address of the structure variable. Okay, so for storing, for assigning address of the variable, we have to use the ampersand. Okay, so this is that ptr equal to ampersand book 1. So here book 1 is the assume this book 1 is the structure variable, that is struct. We how to declare this the structure variable, struct books book 1. Likewise we have to give next to this ptr equal to ampersand of book 1. So here this book 1 is the structure variable. Before that we are use the ampersand symbol. So the address of the book 1 address of the this structure variable is assigned to ptr. So now the ptr holds the address of this book 1, the structure variable. To access a data member of the structure, we go for the dot operator. To access the data members of the structure variable using pointer, through pointer, that is through pointer, that is through address, we go for the arrow operator. So instead of dot we have to use the arrow. For example, ptr arrow title. So it will access the data member of the book. So in this example, listen, struct books. So it is the keyword, this is the tag name, structure name. So here we have 3 data members, title, author and book ID. So title and author are the character arrays, each having the size, maximum size is 50. Then book ID is integer data types. So here we have 3 data members, and also we are using one function, that is print book. Okay, we are declaring one function, that is print book. We are passing that book pointer, structure pointer as a argument. We are passing structure pointer as the argument. Here just we are declaring the function inside the main program. Here struct books book 1. Here we are declaring a structure variable. The data type is struct books. To access the data member of the book 1, we can use the dot operator. Directly we can use the dot operator, that is book 1 dot title equal to C program, book 1 dot author equal to Nuhali, then book 1 dot book ID equal to this number. So we are assigning that these are the data members, initializing the value for the data member title, author and book ID. Next we are calling the function print book. So here we are passing, that is address of the book 1. Here we are passing the address of the structure variable, that is book 1. So here instead of pass by value, here it is pass by, that is address, pass by reference. So here we are passing the address of the book. So here this book is act as a pointer variable. This book is act as a pointer variable. So the value of address of the book 1 is assigned to book. Book 1 is the address of the book 1 is assigned to a book. So here is the definition of the function. So book title, if you want to access book title, book arrow title. If you want to access directly, we go for the dot operator. If you are accessing that data members through pointer variable, because here book is the pointer variable. So book arrow title, so it will print title of that C program. Likewise for a book author, then book ID. Then one more example. Here we are having one structure, that is structure pointer. Inside that we have two data members x and y, both are having the same data type integer. Inside the main function we are declaring that structure variable, that is p1, and also initialize 1, 2 through value basis. Here x value is 1 and the y value is 2. Then the next to that I am creating one pointer variable, structure pointer variable, that is p2, and assigning the address of the p1. So p2 store the address of the p1. Then we are printing that value p2. If you want to, if you are using p1, we can directly dot operator to access x and y. Suppose if you are using p2 is the address, hold the address of p1. So we have to use arrow operator, that is p2 arrow x, then p2 arrow y. So it will print 1 and 2. Suppose if you are using p1, so p1 dot x, similarly p1 dot y. Here we are using p2 is the pointer, structure pointer. So p2 arrow x and p2 arrow y. Next, arrays within structure. Arrays within a structure. A structure can have an array within it. For example, consider, so previously we cross over certain examples, character, title, that is 20. So here title is the variable name, that is character data, its data type is character, and it holds the it has 20 values, that is array of characters. Okay, the maximum size is 20, that is array of characters. We are using array inside the structure. So that in this example you can see that name is a that character data type, that is that size values I am giving as a array value, maximum size value is 20. So here name is act as a array of characters. Array of characters. I am using array of characters inside the structure. So we can use array inside the structure as a data members. So here that is semester is a integer data type, here is integer data type. Then branch, here branch is act as a array, so its size is 10. It is also a character data type. Then mark, so mark, here mark its data type is integer, that size value is, it is also a array, see one dimensional array, that size is 3. So that it will that index value is given as mark of 0, then mark of 1, and mark of 2. So how much of the memory allocation it will take? Here totally we have 5 data members. So for here it is a character type, that size is 20, so 20 into 1 plus 2 here also character, so 10 into 1 plus it is integer, so each one take 2, so mark of 0 will take 2, then mark of 1 will take 2 bytes, then mark of 2 will take 2 bytes, so totally it will take 40 bytes. So for a single the structure variable it will allocate 40 bytes memory allocation. Next, array of structures. So array of structures. So in this array of structure, so previously we discussed that for example struct point p1. Suppose if you want one more structure variable, struct point p1 comma p2, that was 3, p1 comma p2 comma 3, likewise. Suppose if you want to collect 100 of structure variable, we can't declare that much, so we go for the array of structures. Array of structure, that is if you want to collect record of all the students in your class, that is for example 50 students, we can go for the array. If you want to collect individual students, S1 S2, likewise we can go for it. If you want to collect 100 number of students or 50 number of students, we go for the array of structures. So array of structures are commonly used when a large number of similar records are required to be processed together. That is a collection of student record, 100 student record, 50 students, likewise you go for that. This is very simple. So in this example, so here struct books, here structure, this is the keyword, this is the identifier. Inside that we have 2 data members. One is title, the another one is page. It is integer data type, it is array of characters, the maximum size is 20. Then array of structure, that is if you want to collect 1000 record, if you want to collect 1000 record, so we go for the array of structure. So how to declare structure books library of 1000. So maximum we can collect 1000 records. Suppose if you want to collect only single book, struct books library, that's enough. If you go for collecting 1000 number of books, 1000 records, we go for the array library array, that is 1000. So for accessing that value, library of 0 dot, library of 1 dot, library of 2 dot, for example library of 0 dot title, library of 0 dot page, it will access that first record, the title, then first record page. Likewise if you go for the second record, library of 1, then library of 1 dot title, then library of 1 dot page. If you go for the next library 2 dot title, then library 2 dot page. Okay, thank you.